Right, it's Saturday 30th of April today. It was a frost this morning. It was pretty fresh. It's a lovely day now though. Lovely day. Nice spraying day it is. I'm up at farm 2. I just stopped here for a little break just because it's such a nice place to stop really. These fields are the winter barley and they're looking absolutely fantastic. It was drilled slightly early. I think it was 3rd or 4th week of September. I can't remember what the variety is right now. I may write it on the screen. There's a red kite over there flying around looking for his lunch. It's very peaceful down here. It's barely a breath of wind. It's a brilliant spraying day. There's Eric. Say hello, Eric. Boy, boy. Yeah, so I actually sprayed this barley this week with the Bateman. I sprayed it with a fungicide and a growth regulator. The growth regulator is to stop the crop getting too tall and then falling over, and the fungicide is just to protect the crop from disease. But as the weather's been so dry, there's not really much risk of the pressure of disease is very low at the moment anyway. So, but the important thing was to get that growth regulator on. The awns are just about to poke out. The field over the other side of the bank there, where it's a bit more sheltered from the weather, the awns are actually out. But I'll just show you what I mean. It's the awns that are on the head of barley. I'll plonk you on the buggy. I got a new one because I snapped that one off down too low. That's the flag leaf, which is the last leaf to come out before the awns start to show, and then there'll be a little ear of barley in there. Let's see if I can get it out. Could do with some decent thumbnails for this, or a Stanley knife. But there's all the awns, look, and those awns, those little spiky bits, they go all the way up to there. See if I can pull them through. There we go. And then that is the start of the little grains of barley. Like I said, this crop was drilled quite early on in the autumn, but we can do that because there's no pressure of blackgrass down here. And I'm pretty sure they do say if you plant in the dust, and your barns will bust. That's right, isn't that? Anyway, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. I am using my Quadzilla electric UTV buggy, which you can see, and I've got this sprayer in the back, and what I'm doing is going round. I've got some Roundup in the sprayer, going round with this lance, spraying the edges of the crop and the grass. It's not too bad here, but in quite a lot of places there's really bad brome and things like that that are growing around the edges of the field, so it's nice just to spray a little sort of 40-50 centimetre buffer zone between, so we've got a bare patch between the crop and the grass. So that's what I'm doing. I've got the yeah, I've got my rifle in there as well, just in case I see anything that needs shooting. I've got the power to run this pump coming down to the front, and I've got some crocodile clips. There's a little 12-volt battery in here that runs the winch, which is separate to the batteries that drive the buggy, that drive the motor. Those batteries are under there, look. Looks like it wants a bit of a blowout with the airline. Bit dusty. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batteries in there. They run the motor to drive the buggy. And yeah, and then it's got its own separate battery to run the winch, which recharges when I put the buggy on charge. I plug it in there, and it just runs off a 13 amp plug, and it recharges this winch battery. So yeah, that's how I'm powering up the pump. We have got a John Deere Gator, which you've all probably seen, but they're using it for sheep, and this is a lot quieter and a lot more peaceful than the Gator. That Gator sort of rattles your eardrums a bit. And I've had a few people asking for an update video to see how I'm getting on with the buggy, with the Quadzilla, because it's actually my own vehicle. My general overview or review of the buggy is that I am actually genuinely pleased with it. I don't regret buying it at all. It's a little bit annoying not having four-wheel drive in the winter. It's yeah, it does get a bit wheel spinny. You end up getting you can't really go through too much mud or anything because it's only rear-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive. We've done about, what's it got on the clock? 311 miles on the clock, and that did get zeroed at about 100 miles, so I'm pretty sure we've done over 400 miles with it in a year. It hasn't broke down, we haven't had any problems with it. I have made a modification to the windscreen. It did have a full windscreen, I took that off and I bought this piece of Perspex and put this metal bar and a bit of foam so I can rest, because this is what I mainly use it for, is going out shooting at night time. That's why I wanted such a quiet vehicle. Yeah, it's just nice being able to rest the rifle on there and shoot straight out the front. So that's probably the biggest thing that I've modified. I do want to get the bonnet wrapped in camo, but I think I got quoted for about 400 quid, so I'm not overly keen to spend £400 on getting the bonnet wrapped, because it's a lot of money. So to save 400 quid, I'll probably just stick with the blue. It's a shame they don't do a camo one from the factory. I think they do a camo diesel one, but not the electric one. She has got disc brakes all round. Brakes all seem to work well. Yeah, it's road legal. Tow bar. I haven't towed a trailer on it. Maybe later on this afternoon, when I get back to the yard, we'll hook a trailer on it and see how well it pulls the trailer. I did take the door off on this side just because it makes it so much easier for me to get in and out, and I've just left the door on this side just so that Eric can't like fall out or anything when we're going down the road. It does about 40 kilometers an hour on the road. I have been down the main road with it. It's a little bit dodgy because like everyone's just overtaken and you feel a bit vulnerable, but yeah, it does about 40k, 26 miles an hour on the road, so that's not bad. It's quicker than the Gator. On the specs it says that it's supposed to do 60 miles, I think, on the charge. I haven't tested that. I've never done 60 miles in one go. I'm tempted. I was tempted to do a road trip and just see how far I can get, but I haven't done it yet. But anyway, I'm going to carry on with my work, and yeah, like I said, later on when we get back to the yard, I'll put a trailer on it and we'll give it a trailer test. It does rattle a little bit sometimes when the ground is hard, but I think a lot of that is because normally you wouldn't be able to hear the rattling because of the sound of the engine, so it's not too bad. I did fit my own stereo because it didn't come with a radio. It normally just fits in there like that, look, so it doesn't fall down. If you're wondering what the cardboard is about, let me turn the radio off. If you're wondering what the cardboard's for, I flip that over like that, because otherwise when we're out at night time in the pitch black, that's got quite a bright blue display on it and it's quite blinding, so we just flip that over like that and then stops you getting blinded by the lights. This is the field where the barley horns are poking out. I'll quickly show you that before we go any further. I'm just on my way back to the yard to refill. There we go, look, you see them all poking out. The winter wheat's looking really well. It's just crying out for a drink. The ground has gone like concrete. It's just, yeah, desperate for a drink. Hopefully it won't be too long before it rains. The bluebells are looking very pretty in the wood. That hazel's not looking quite so pretty though. I won't be able to get past that with the tractor and topper. So I'm just going to have a quick few shots at a target. This is 222, this rifle. Centre fire. These are the bullets what I've been making myself. Well, I've been loading them myself. I'm pretty sure it's a 52 grain bullet head, and there's 22 grains of powder inside there, so we're just testing really. I'm not hoping to hit the bullseye on the target because it's not zeroed into these bullets, but what I want to do is try and get a good group in, a nice tight group in. Wait there, Eric. Eric's here, he's probably going to jump out thinking I've shot something. Right, we're going to have a look at the target. Right, let's see what's going on here then. I would have probably been better off lead on the floor actually. But yeah, that's when the 3 shots went. And that's probably down to me wobbling a tiny little bit. It should be a little bit tighter than that. But I'm happy with that anyway. That's plenty good enough for fox shooting. I will just go back to where I was and adjust my scope so that that is set to 0. And then that'll be, then I can just go on and make a load of bullets at 22 grain then. Right, so I'm just about finished for the day now. Yeah, it come out pretty warm this afternoon after a frost this morning. And yeah, it's cooling off now that the sun's gone down. I did have a quick look around the yard, but I didn't manage to find a trailer that would be suitable to go on the back of this buggy. So if I do find one in the future, I will give it a go. I'll give it a test. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going home now. So I've just finished up. This is the barley at farm 1. As you can see, it's a little way behind the barley we were looking at this morning. This was drilled mid-October. So yeah, later drilling date. It's a bit shorter. A little way behind, but we don't want it all ready at the same time anyway, do we? I can't remember if I've already talked about the winch or not, but yeah, I have used it a couple of times, and it does. I drove into a ditch once, and luckily there was a tree on the other side of the ditch, and managed to winch myself out. So, and there was another time. Oh no, what we winched a bicycle out of the stream that was stuck in the stream. That's it. So we have used it a couple of times. Right, so thanks for watching the video. I'm going to start doing more regular videos again now after having a little break. Yeah, next video I think we're going to be putting the old plough on. We got to plough up some stewardship strips and put in some new pollen nectar mixes and things like that. So yeah, that'll be something interesting to video in the next video. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye for now. Right, I'm back again. Yeah, I forgot to say, if Quadzilla was to bring out a 4-wheel drive version of this buggy, I would probably quite likely trade this in and buy the 4-wheel drive version. Yeah, I would have another one again. I did price up a Polaris the other day, electric Polaris 4-wheel drive, and they were just ridiculous money. I think it was about 21,000 I was quoted, and this cost about 6,300 plus VAT.